What is up, y'all? Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a very cool rifle, in my opinion at least, the turkey's opinion. This is a Smith Wesson M&P rifle that I'm sure a lot of you have never even heard of before. You've probably heard of the Smith Wesson M&P Sport 1 and then Sport 2.0 or Sport 2, and then they have now the M&P Sport 3. But did you know that they made a M&P 15 Tactical? They've actually made a few different versions of it, but this is definitely the Tactical. Tactical enough to have some Troy backup sights and a Troy quad rail. That's definitely tactical. As far as I know, this was like an early 2000s issue. And like I said, it's a very cool rifle. We're going to get into it. I'm going to show it to you. We're going to shoot it a little bit and just check it out. Like I said, there's not many of these out there as far as compared to the other ones, the other sports. So you rarely would see these in a shop or something like this. I think you'd rarely see them online. This is actually a police trade-in, so I know this one saw some action. I can say that with confidence because it has a whole lot of wear on it. You'll see some of that. But let's take a look at this thing. Let's see how it feels. Let's just get into it. So there she is, the M&P 15T for tactical. The Troy quad rail is free floated on this one. She should be good on accuracy. Hopefully she doesn't have too high of a round count from whatever they did to her. But if you look at her, she's got some nicks and scratches from a lot of use, a lot of carrying. They had her slung. I'm not sure what they actually had on her as far as equipment. I'm not even sure that this B5 stock was an original. I think it did come with your average AR-15 type of mil-spec stock, but it's a good addition. I'm glad that whoever had that put it on. We do have the A2 grip, so nothing special there. It's wearing the appropriate magazine setup, in my opinion. YouTube compliant, of course. I'll show you a little bit more about that later. Other than that, it's just basic controls here for an AR. We end up with a full Picatinny rail here on top due to this quad rail. So the quad rail, 4 sections of rail. We can attach anything we want. There's a Daniel Defense foregrip on this one. It's not the best, but it will do. The barrel is a pretty much simple barrel that you're going to see on these type of guns all the time. The flash hider A2. I'm not even sure the twist rate on this barrel. I can't see any twist rate, and there's conflicting notes online. It does have the definite military and police here for the Smith & Wesson. They want to make sure that that stands out. And then if you notice on these Troy backup sights, they're going to say M&P on the top of those too. So they're Troy, but they've been branded Smith & Wesson. They're the solid state ones where they don't really get springy or anything. You either have them up or down, but they don't spring up with a flip. They are very nice sights. This gun with these sights, these are, I would say that the sights and the rail are worth just as much as the gun because these are not cheap still to this day. They're very, very good. We have just a quick sling point here so that we can attach our Magpul MS-1 sling because every gun needs a sling. Let me flip this thing over and show you the other side. Nothing super cool to look at on this side except for the coolness of the quad rail old school rifle. This sling point here is a Monstrum for anybody that cares. I wasn't going to get a Magpul because this is just a fun rifle at this moment. We have to put it through some testing. We have to make sure it actually works properly, see what they did to it before we owned it. But I told you the magazine setup was pretty cool. As you can see, I'm not going to explain it. You can see perfectly well what it is. So it's plenty capable, although definitely YouTube compliant. We do have a sling attachment here for probably a single point sling. I don't ever run single point slings, but somebody did because it's got some wear in there. When I got it, I did have to put a brand new charging handle in it because it was locked up from whatever police department ran the crap out of it, completely locked up. The bolt carrier group looks pretty good. It's worn in very well. I'm assuming it's a smooth shooter, but we will see. Basic controls, basic mil-spec trigger as far as I can tell. And then, like I said, we got the B5, or no, that's not B5. Sorry, that is Mission First Tactical. So we got the MFT stock in the back. Today we're going to be using 223 Remington PMC Bronze 55 grain full metal jacket boat tail. And our ammo sponsor for today is Camera Guy. He wasn't paying attention and I stole this out of the back of his truck. Thanks, Camera Guy. All right, I know how you guys can be. You don't want a lot of talking sometimes. You just want some shooting. So let's see how she does here. We're about 25 yards off of that steel plate. Hopefully we don't wreck it too bad. I'm going to get a velocity check on her real quick as we get a function check. I have no idea if she's even sighted in very well, but we'll figure it out. Yep, we hit the plate good enough at 2787.1. 2846.8. And if I actually try, she's pretty accurate right now for sure. 2839.5. We have a 2872.7. Let me try these flip up a little bit more accurate sights. And 2850.1. There's a 5-shot average we'll throw up on the screen for you right there. She feels good. She sounds good. No weird hiccupy anything. I knew it would be a pretty good worn-in bolt carrier group. So let's just let a few more rip. Oh, I came off the plate almost right there. Yeah, not too bad. The last one was 2843 that picked up. Let's go take a look at that target real quick, see if we're putting any dents in there. Yeah, we got a few tiny little divots. We're not doing too bad. I think it's safe at that distance. Sometimes if you were to go up to like a 20-inch barrel or something, you can really start messing this steel up. But that's good for that. 25 yards, we can do it. We're going to go around the corner and we're going to start shooting a little bit longer range. All right, now we're about 50 yards off of a plate that's pretty low on that backstop. I'm just going to try to tag it a couple times. We've hit it a couple times. I think I got to shoot low. You probably can't hear it report, but these sights are pretty on. I like that. That's a pretty good deal. And we've gotten a little closer, so let's lay some hate on that plate, the one to the left. Very nice. And I don't know if you can see that, but we got her smoking because she is soaking in rem oil. All right, camera guy, whenever you're ready, give me an up. Up. I don't even know how well that happened, but it was fun. All right, camera guy, let's try that one more time. Give me an up whenever you're ready. Up. Again. Up. 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 Not too bad. She's controllable. You can get on these sights pretty good. The Troy backup sights, or if you want to just call them primary iron sights, I really like them a lot. I'm going to go for the little bit of a smaller plate just for a couple more of these. Camera guy, whenever you're ready. Up. Oh, I had to take my time there. Up. Let me try to open them up a little bit. Those are kind of fun, but let me get them opened up. All right, whenever you're ready, camera guy. Up. Totally different world when them opened up like that to the bigger reticle. Up. 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 Yeah. No, I'm learning the gun's cadence a little bit and how it feels. I can totally settle in on target now. Up. Oh, yeah, she comes right back down. Up. I like that a lot. All right, as we like to do, we're going to have camera guy take a few shots, see what he thinks. What do you think, camera guy?
It's a good shooter. I like it.
There you go, camera guy approved. Well, there you go. I'll give you one more look at her on the table. That's the M&P 15 Tactical. She's obviously a shooter. They had that thing dialed in pretty well with those sights and no hiccups. The thing feels very smooth. I don't feel the need to change anything out on this. I'm not going to add a red dot. I like those Troy sights. I do like iron sights very much. Carry handle sights, things like that. Candle Harry sights. Those are pretty good too. But carry handle sights. All that stuff is cool to me. I don't always have to have the modern, coolest, newest. That's why I picked this one up. This is, like I said, a Police Trade-In. At the time of the making this video, these are all sold out from the place that I got it. So I couldn't really tell you where I got it from anyway, but it was definitely worth the money. It was right around 500 beans for this thing, and it's got a lot of life left in it. It's actually part of a future project. It'll pretty much stay the same with one or two minor adjustments, but just a cool little piece of kind of history, collectibleness, whatever you want to call it. I don't like to have the same rifle over and over and over again. Every one of my ARs has to be a little bit different. So, hope you enjoyed taking a look at her, and hope you enjoyed this video. And until we see you next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep on shooting.